There he is. Hey, Pat.
How are you, dude?
Good. Nice place you got here.
Taking a while.
I know.
It started out with just this building.
Yeah.
My shop was the entire first floor, and we lived on the second floor until the end of 2014. And then I built that building as a shop.
Yeah.
The first floor is now bedroom, bathroom, living room.
Yep.
And then we put an addition on the back. That little front porch is an addition. I never had that for my shop. So we've got that screen porch with the fireplace, and then the fireplace in the kitchen addition. And basically it was just giving Carol a kitchen. Hey, I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Right. How do you do this?
This is how we do it.
Question.
Yeah.
Do you have questions?
We have edited. Yeah, oh yeah, I'll have questions. Oh yeah.
Because
I'm glad you listen. I'm here to let you guys get your message across to people. Okay, and that's what I'm doing this for. I mean, we need to. There's a lot of people that don't even know what a 40B is.
All right, that's
okay.
That was
there's a lot of stuff here that we want to learn. Okay, so let's take it through.
For those people on the island that don't know me.
Who doesn't know you? Come on.
I don't know everybody here.
Knows
no.
you.
All right, PatTaaffe.
Yeah.
My first summer in Nantucket was 1977. It was a short summer. I came the following summer.
That was the year I graduated. Man.
And then I came in 79 for the whole summer, a little bit into the winter. And then I came back in the spring of 80, never left. I fell in love with Nantucket, and this is where I want to be. And you can imagine from 1977 until now the changes that I've seen.
Oh, God.
Well, there was a period of time in the early 80s where there was a mass evacuation from people that were probably here in the 40s, the 50s, the 60s.
There was?
Well, and there was a saying,
interesting.
It used to be nice in Nantucket. You know about that.
No, but I didn't get here till the mid-80s. So you're saying the early 80s, that's when that happened?
It started in the 80s. Yeah, now I don't want to say it's a mass migration, but
I know
people started leaving because they were disgusted with the changes that were taking place here. Yeah. It wasn't quite a sleepy little island anymore. Well, we're 100 times that now. It's a very
from
different
that
island.
jump to this jump,
and
big jump, right? Big jump.
A huge jump.
I remember when you used to be able to sit on a bench in the 80s, and whoever was sitting next to you, he could have been the richest guy on the island, but you wouldn't even know who he was.
I think that still
played
happens.
it low key. It still does.
I think it still happens.
Do you think it happens as often as it did back then, though?
I never counted, but I would say it happens.
I would say that back then it was more like wealthier folks kind of adapted to the local idea instead of the locals having to adapt to the lifestyle of the rich and famous.
Well, celebrities hide somewhat when they come to Nantucket. They dress down. They don't, have an entourage. Some do, some don't. But I think the same amount of people still come that are hiding amongst us, that are, titans of the world. So I do. But what I really wanted to talk about was a 40B, and one in particular is the Surfside Crossing proposal on South Shore Road. And I'm sure there are a lot of people that they hear the term 40B and they don't know what it is.
Right.
So I wanted to kind of just explain how building works on Nantucket. If you want to build a house, if I want to build a house, if you want to put an addition on your house, a summer person comes and wants to build a house, we've got to draw up a set of plans and present it to the HDC, which is the Historic Districts Commission. Once they approve the design, you move forward. You can go to the building department and apply for a permit. And at that point, you have to get approval with the health department, whether you're doing an on-site septic or connecting to the sewer. But once you get the building permit, that's typically first before the other smaller permits, you move forward, you get to build. But a 40B developer, unlike you and me, gets to circumvent all of that through a comprehensive permit with the ZBA.
Okay.
They go to one board. A 40B is something that Massachusetts adopted, that when a community has less than 10% affordable housing, you are now creating a situation where developers can come in and throw away all your zoning density and build lower to moderate income housing, but not all of it in the 40B is low and moderate income housing. It's 25%. So this particular project, they want to build 156 units. Of that, just 39 will be affordable.
Was this initially planned by this group, or did they change?
As far as I know, this is the first submission. This is the first submission. It hasn't shrunk. Nothing's happened to it. This is the original application. And what they also want to do that you and I can't do is waive all the fees to make it more affordable. I mean, I understand that, but we pick up the costs. To connect to the sewer, it's a $2,000 permit, and then it's a $6,700 fee for connecting. So that's $8,700. And if they have 156 units and they want to waive that, that's over $1.3 million that the community picks up the burden to maintain our our sewage treatment plant.
Hang on for 1 second.
Okay.
Where am I going, actually?
Well, you can scan the Gowacki property and
okay, we'll go over
take
there
a look
first.
at what that would be to the right.
Oh, that's right.
You'll see that it's been clear cut. And interesting thing, they did the clear cutting in the cloak of darkness. They did it at night. And I know that because neighbors were awoken by the sound of whatever was happening, the bulldozers, the excavators.
Why would they do that?
I think that they knew what they were doing was going to receive negative public attention, and it was not really a good thing.
Then why do it?
Well, here's the thing. I understand when you build, you might need to take a tree or two down. I'm not a tree hugger. I love trees, though. I plant trees. But they took every tree down.
Why would anybody cut all that down for no reason?
Obviously, it figures into their plan, their road layout.
I mean, I know it makes it a lot easier
layout,
to build.
I understand that, but I think that they were afraid of the public outcry if they did it in the daylight. Who works at night? What excavators work at night? Nobody does around here.
All right, getting back to the 40B thing, the explanation that you were giving us. Why didn't we? Okay, I'm going to be the devil's advocate.
Okay.
Why didn't we take care of this when we should have? We knew what we were doing. We knew we didn't have enough of 10% affordable housing, and yet here we are, right?
I don't know that we had the agencies in place to manage at the time housing if we had done it ourselves.
You don't think it's because Nantucket is so hoity-toity that it just doesn't want to do it? It was forced into doing it? And that the value of the property and the neighborhoods that these people were fighting against don't want it?
I don't think that. I think that we've grown at too fast a pace.
Okay.
And we haven't been able to keep up with the growth needs. Look at our roads. As soon as we pave it, we chop it up and we put wires and pipes under it.
This is pretty amazing. I've pulled over here before. So they since the last time I've been here, Pat, they've been going to town here.
I think this is the main entrance that they're creating right now.
Yeah. Do you know what's going here?
I don't.
Bunch of big houses.
I'm going to be honest with you. I was so disgusted with the whole thought of this thing. I've never looked at the plan. I just heard the volume of how many housing units they want to put in here, and it's a housing project is what they're creating.
How many are they putting in?
I don't even know.
Oh, okay.
I don't want to make up a figure.
Okay, all right.
By hundreds.
I know that.
I know it's hundreds. Is it 300, 400, 500? Honestly, I don't know. And
okay.
It's a done deal. I don't know that there's any way to stop something like this. So at this point in time, I'm not going to research it. I see what's happening. It's not appealing to me. But back to 40Bs.
Yeah.